Give us just a minute, folks. We'll set these mics up for this next group. That was 89.7, Sunday mornings between 10 and 11 a.m. on the FM dial. You want to know what's going on with bluegrass? Tune in Earl Todd. You guys ready?
Almost.
This I've been waiting for at least a year.
Stand there.
Get on the edge of your seats now because you're in for a real treat.
Excuse me. Not quite.
Ready to go? Incidentally, folks, we're at a capacity. We got a sellout right now. We're turning people away at the door. I want everybody to know that. Thanks a lot for all of you coming in here. It's been a great show here. What do you think of that, huh? Who says bluegrass won't go in East Lake? Ladies and gentlemen, the moment I've waited for a long time. Direct from Nashville, Tennessee, from the Grand Ole Opry, Josh Gray!
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to get to come up here and East Lake, Ohio, and work for you. No, I'd like to say thank you to Don Lease for having me up here. And I thank the world, this group up here with me. Don't you think they're all right? Bottom line, it's always a pleasure to come back and see some of my old friends. I've seen people here that I haven't seen in 25 years, I guess. Used to work over in Cleveland, Ohio, and the Euclid Theater, and over to the Denison with Flatt and Scruggs for many years. We're going to try to do some of the old stuff. Now, we ain't going to get no fancy stuff going here because we don't believe in that. Do you? You still here, Jimmy? Where you at? Go back and do an old thing that Flatt did a long time ago called 9-Pound Hammer. Well, a 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy, Lord, for my side, for my side. Roll on, buddy, roll a load of coal. Lordy, how can I roll when the wheel won't roll? It's a long way to Harlan, it's a long way to Beattyville, just to get a little booze, or to get a little brew. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Lordy, how can I roll when the wheel won't roll? Going up on the mountain, gonna see my baby, and I ain't coming back. Lord, I ain't coming back. Roll on, buddy, roll a load of coal. Lord, how can I roll when the wheel won't roll? Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I was a little worried as I come up from Nashville. I stopped and called my wife. I always like to check with her and see if everything's all right and let her know where I'm at. And I've got a little old boy down there. It's the meanest thing. He's about 8 or 9 years old, and he's into everything. And I'm a gun collector, and I always try to keep my guns locked up in the cabinets. But that little rascal got the key. He found it somewhere and got into my guns in there. And he got him a whole handful of 22 bullets, and he swallowed him. And it just scared me to death. And I said, well, take him to the doctor, Mama, and I'll call you back later on up the road. But don't y'all worry about it. I called her back just before I got here, and she took him over to the doctor to see if he could help him any way, you know. So he gave him a big dose of castor oil. Told you way ahead of me, ain't you? told her to take him home and watch him for 2 or 3 days. Just don't point him at nobody. So I got that off my mind. I'd like to do you an old tune right now that, before I do this, I'd like to plug my albums. Everybody's always plugging albums, you know. I've got albums and tape, pardon me? Really? Yeah. I've got some tapes and albums out there if you'd care to pick up one of them and appreciate it. I don't know what all I've got. What? No, I got 8-track and just the album. Ain't that awful? If I'm where they're buying cassettes, I've got 8 tracks. If it's 8 tracks, I got cassettes. But anyway, I can't win. If you'd care to pick up one of them, I'd appreciate it. And I'd like to do a tune for you now. It was one of Lester's favorites that I did with him for 20-something years, I guess. It's called False-Hearted Lover. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You know, like I told you at the front of the show here, these old boys do a mighty fine job of picking. We've been back there in that back room, and I was listening to them, and I just want you to know it's one of the finest groups you'll find around here. The bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, we'll let them do a little work right now.
Thanks a lot, Josh. For our next tune, a real nice vocal instrumental tune, we're going to have Robbie and Dave sing this one. This one is called Honey, You Don't Know My Mind.
I know I've learned the hard way. You're gonna find you were wrong when your loving little daddy is gone. Baby, you don't know my mind today. loving little daddy is gone. Baby, you don't know my mind today. Born to lose a drifter, that's me. You can say I'm sweet and kind, I can love you 1,000 times. Baby, you don't know my mind today. Baby, you don't know my mind today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ain't that fine? Boys, it's been a long time since I picked that kind of stuff, I'll tell you. That makes me feel awful good. And I don't know what all they've got picked out to do for you, but I'm going to bring them back again and make them do it all over. All right? Go ahead.
B flat
Oh, you're going to get down in that fancy chord. B flat?
We're going to get ourselves into a jazz key here, one B flat. We're going to stay with this old traditional stuff, which we like about the best. And this is one of the oldest. It's called the East Virginia Blues.
I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina I did go, where I met a very young maid, and her name I did not know. Oh, her hair was dark and curly, and her cheeks were rosy red, on her breast she wore white gloves, where I longed to lay my head. Greenback dollars. I don't want your watch and chain. All I want is your hot dirt. Say you take me back again. The ocean's deep and I can't wait it, and I have no wings to fly. I just get the blue-eyed boat for to roll me over the tide. I go back to East Virginia, North Carolina ain't my home. I go back to East Virginia, leaving North Carolina's blown.
East Virginia Blues. Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, that old boy picks a fool out of that mandolin, don't he? Son. I thought he had 12 fingers on that left hand. Son, I won't tell you. You know, I got to tell you what happened to me Wednesday night. This old boy's my manager. He's with me, Gene Sweet. Y'all remember him? I don't know. He used to work up through here. He's a dobro picker, and I promised him that I'd come up to Cincinnati with him, and he's got a daughter that lives up there, and they had a revival in the church. Now, Gene knows that I have been known to partake. I'll drink a little occasionally, and he was so nervous going up there, and he said, now, you're not going to drink anything. This is the truth if I ever told it. He said, you're not going to drink anything going up there on this trip, are you, Josh? And I said, well, no, I had a couple of beers, and he said, okay. So we went on up and went to the church services, and we had to play, you know, back his daughter up. But before we went out there, I'm a fanatic for a cigarette, you know, and I said, let's walk out here and smoke, and he said, okay. walked out behind the building and smoked, and he walked up to me and he had a pack of these lifesavers about like this, you know. He said, "Here, take one of these." I said, "What for? I don't need that." He said, "I smell that beer." And I knew at 1 o'clock that day it had 2 beers. I said, "Gene, I'm not drinking a thing." What it was, there was a brewery right there in Cincinnati, and the church is about 2 blocks from it, and we was downwind on him right there. But he's here with me, and I appreciate you being here, Gene. I'll do you an old tune, right, if I can keep this thing in tune. I don't know who wrote this, maybe Brother Oswald, I don't know, Cousin Jody, but I do my version of it. Called Steel Guitar Chimes.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say that it is really a great pleasure for us to be up here with a great man in bluegrass music like Josh Graves. He was the original dobro player. Of course, you all know that. You all know that he played with Platt and Scruggs all those years and made all the classic recordings. And it's really a great honor. We'd like to have one more hand for Josh Graves, if you would please. Thank you.
I think right now we just had a fellow wanted a request tune, and we'd like to request this next tune, which is Blue Moon of Kentucky. This is for Clarence Martin.
Ready?
Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna left me blue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna been untrue. It was on a moonlight night, the stars were shining bright. She whispered from on high, your love to say goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna left me blue.
Well, we like to take advantage of this opportunity to play with Josh, and we want to do some Platt and Scruggs numbers this set. This is one that Lester wrote many, many years ago. It's one called Why Don't You Tell Me So?